Phonies.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Walgreens because I'm just
Walgreens.
Oh shit! There's a fucking thing right there.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Where in the hell are you going?
Don't come here. So I'm a total glutton for punishment. Total glutton. These dogs just love going someplace just to get out and look at things. So I've got all 4 of them here. We're on to the meat processing dude, the wild game processor up here in a neighboring town. But it's going to take me about 45 minutes to get there and then 45 back. And that's a little bit long for them, just in my patience level, because Coda's already going nuts here. But this guy, I've got 25 ducks and a goose for him to drop off. And he's going to brine them for 2 weeks. And then he's going to smoke them. And they're completely ready to go. You just thaw them out. You do whatever you want. Thaw them out and just cut the meat right off the bone. It is fantastic. And anybody would just go nutty over that. So it ain't cheap, but I'm going to get these done so folks can take a good smoked duck out with them when they go. I've been having a interesting morning. For one, I'm always quite flattered when senior officers get in touch with me. There's something about that. Just that years and years and years of deep respect for senior officers, guys that just made that extra cut to go above. And I get it from the Marine Corps, the Army, colonels, generals, captains, commanders, and a Navy SEAL captain retired contacted me today. He was the honor man of class 96. And he asked me about a guy named Clint Emerson. And this isn't even close to the first time this has happened, but they will reach out to other sources before they reach out to me. And he did. He reached out to another retired captain that can check a lot of that, and he said this guy is not listed. There's no record of him ever being a SEAL. And he asked me. And this has happened before. Now, the guy's name is Clint Emerson. And it's uncanny. And I don't think I'm alone in the SEAL community where I can look at a guy and tell you almost 100% if that guy was ever a SEAL or not. There's just this kind of swag type of thing. There's this kind of look. The kind of guy that whole SEAL thing appeals to. The kind of guy that gets through SEAL training. It's really uncanny, the ability that I have. And I looked at that guy and went, yeah, there's something here. And it was really bold what he had done, the retired SEAL and all this other stuff up there. So I have a lot of different ways to search the SEAL database. I can tell you every guy that ever served at SEAL Team 3, SEAL Team 1, UDT 2, you name it. But I go first, last, middle, prefixes, juniors, seniors. I can look a dozen different ways. And so I searched Clint. And about 15 guys came up named Clint or Clinton. And I looked down the list at the younger guys, and there he was. Clint Emerson is his middle name. And if he doesn't want his real name revealed, then I won't do that to him. But he is legit. He graduated class 203, I think 96, and was assigned to SEAL Team 3. So I don't know why guys do that. But he's kind of made it kind of big doing the stuff that he does, but for some reason he doesn't want to use that last name. Probably because it's a very common name. I'm sure that's why he did it. It's such a common name that he would not get the results he was looking for. He's obviously a pretty savvy guy, retired corpsman, to do that. And I'll leave it at that. Good enough guy, so I was happy to go back to the captain and say I just did what no one else could do. The guy is legit. So that's just that checking stuff that goes on. And I got a call from a series of emails from a daughter of a retired Navy Master Chief. It wasn't a SEAL, it was a Master Chief. And when I caught up to her on the phone, I said, what's your dad up to today? I've never known him, but just what's your dad do now? And she says he's a professional carp fisherman. A professional carp fisherman. Now, carp aren't known as the delicacy of the dinner table by any means, but I didn't know there was such a thing as like a professional carp fisherman. It shouldn't surprise me, because those fish are absolutely monstrous. And I know that people really, really like catching those big fish. And but they're not much on the dinner table. Not much at all. So I'd have to look into that, just a little bit of the professional circuit that this guy is on doing that, but that was quite something. Anyhow, she had a guy telling her he was a lieutenant commander, SEAL, and just a bunch of, and it was all, she works for an insurance company, and they cold called this guy. And he proceeded to exchange in a series of emails that were just absolutely all over the place. Call me, don't call me. And then he called them rip-offs and kind of con art, whatever, that you're liars, you're deceit, and the packaging, the insurance. This went on for a long time. And they were very respectful to him because of those SEAL, Lieutenant Commander credentials. And I've got all his information, and I'm going to give this guy a call this afternoon. The only problem I have with it is he might not take the call because he wouldn't to them. He cat and moused them. But I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm dealing with another phony SEAL named McGee. This guy is a flippin' peach. I just dealt with a McGee. There's no SEAL was ever named McGee. Ever. And now I'm dealing with two of them, and both of them are real clowns. So I'm going to use this Veterans History Project thing to my advantage, I hope. And I am texting him because this seems to work better than my name coming up on the caller ID, and then I can call him back and say, subject is Veterans History Project. Your name was submitted to the Veterans History Project at the Library of Congress, Mr. McGee. If you'd like your military career documented in D.C., I just need a phone interview and nothing else is required from you. Do you have a few minutes to chat? And then I put a link up to the website. So I'm going to hit this thing, and we'll see what he does. So Mr. McGee never did bite on never did pick up what I was putting down. I'll keep trying to chisel away and get that clown on the phone. But F-14 pilot, UDT-2. UDT-2 was decommissioned in World War II. And, just weird, man. He's just a very strange guy. As I asked her, because I just try to get as good at my chosen profession now as I can dealing with this stolen Valor. What does he want from you? Because they're all on these homeowners and automobile insurance quotes for him. Then he is pulling hairs. I mean, there's nothing to this. What is he trying to do? What is the scam? What is the con? Why would he even, and you guys, you contacted him, he didn't contact you. What is up with this guy? And she didn't know, and then it kind of hit me. He's one of those attention-seeking phonies, and he doesn't care how he gets it. So when you lavish him with flattery and praise about thank you for your service, and he gets to tell you stories, I just broke my phone in Afghanistan. I smashed it all to pieces in Afghanistan, and I can't call you right back, and I'm on a secret mission, you know, I mean, he gets off on that. I mean, he really does. And there's a lot of guys that I always say sit in their mom's basement wearing a diaper at a keyboard and just carrying on these conversations with women, guys, anyone, and they just get off. Having you to believe them to be something they're not. And that is pretty creepy. This guy is one creepy son of a bitch. He's old as fuck anyhow. It looks like he's at a VA clinic there, dressed up like a fucking ninja. Weird, but I'm sure he did serve in the Navy. But he was nothing. He's claiming to be a fucking F-14 pilot and everything else. And when you see claims like that, he's weird. He is weird, and he deserves some careful watching, some careful attention with what he's doing and why he is doing that. But she really doesn't like it. I said, you might just want to let this sleeping dog lie. Just don't communicate with him anymore. And she just, no. I'm not built that way. My dad and all this other stuff, and he shouldn't be able to get away with this. Well, he's weird. And weird people can make life a little bit tough on you if they really wanted to. But she said no. So I'll do my best not to. Zane. Well, she's got a deep voice. Deep bark. Zena is intimidating when that hair comes up on the back of her neck. She won't back down to Warrior or anything. Warrior's afraid of her. But, nope, she wants it. So I'm going to go out of my way not to let them kind of know how I got this information. But I'll see if I can get on the phone and give them a talking to. Either way, it's going to have to revolve around insurance. And then they start remembering who they said that shit to. And hopefully he won't do much about it. It doesn't seem like he's just flipping nuts. And he's a degenerate. That's all he is. Disgusting degenerate. So I'm about to get on the interstate up here and head down and listen to this crap go on in my ear the entire trip. So I'll see you. And finally today, my final phony today, I verified it for an Army guy, a retired Army guy who didn't believe this guy's bullshit. And that's rare for the Army too, because we've all seen Forrest Gump. And when you talk to him, you got to really kind of talk slow. And when you email him, you got to you increase the size of the font. Get big font on there so they can better understand it. And sorry, Manchu, but it's And they said this guy was a SEAL in Vietnam, a severe case of PTSD, and of course he wants something from him. He wants to move into his house. He wants to rent the house from him. Says he's a heck of a nice guy. Well, when I got on his LinkedIn page, because I will search your name, and I really like it when I get a unique name, so I searched his very unique name, only to find out there's quite a few people with that name. He's up there, and I got on his LinkedIn page, got on his Facebook page first, got on his LinkedIn page, and that's where you can start seeing some truth come out. I believe he was in the Air Force, and he did serve in Vietnam, and he perhaps served 2 tours in Vietnam, because he goes into great detail about what happened after that, where he went back to, and where he went back to after that, where he went back to. You can see him putting what he did on paper. And the guy said he in the Navy. Well, I believe he was. I believe when you look at Weapons Department, USS America, and the dates, he probably was on the USS America for a period. And in the Weapons Department, that is specific stuff. But the captain at SEAL Team 2, he can't spell captain, he can't spell Grenada. 84 missions, he pulls the It's Classified thing. And he's out there. What is crazy is, I will search you with your name. and see what pops up. Then I'll search you with your state. And then I'll search you with your state, and I'll search arrested, then I'll search mugshot, then I just search you with Navy, search you with Captain, search you with America, USS America, all these other things, only to find out that he's one of those PI bums. There was a lot of sailors that I knew that just I'd come close to it myself, just to live in the Philippines, buy a bar, China sailor over there, and never come back to the States. And that's what he did over there. And there's an article about him finding his young wife, 30 years her senior, dead on the rooftop in the Philippines after he gave her permission to do the laundry. Whoa. Whoa. So, yeah. I lit him up for that Army guy, and we'll see what comes out of that. But, boy, it's just strange Ranger Day, man. Really weird stuff going on around here. See ya. I got to take these dogs hunting.
What you doing out here, girl? Watching your ducks? Watching your ducks? Well, I just set the coffee pot for early tomorrow to start brewing early, and I'm taking the two of these knuckleheads down in the impoundment. We hunted ducks right here a couple of days ago. We've run up a bunch of geese and ducks in that impoundment down there. So it's a I'm not sure what they were. Some woodies, widgeons. Certainly some mallards down there. I don't expect a really big shoot-a-thon down there, but it'll be enough to get her in another area, get her in the water down there, and get her moving around. So that's what she does. She just sits out here like this, and she just watches these ducks, man. She can't stand it. It's just in her blood. So I got to get up early tomorrow. I'll shoot this 20 gauge here, and we'll see if we can rock a few nice dove shots or duck shots. Just a few. Onesies, twosies. It'll be just fine. One more notch in the gun belt for her.